His name, too good, brilliant. Right, it's time for our Topical Chat, where we take a closer look at some of the stories making the headlines this morning. Joining me at the breakfast bar is Joanna Abeyie. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
So first off, whether we should be using the word fit to describe how attractive someone is.
Yes, so I think basically there's a report in the papers today by a school leader from a girls' school, and she basically has suggested that using the word fit to talk to young girls is making them be more concerned about how they look, because they're taking fit to mean attractive or sexy, etc., rather than thinking about their health and fitness.
So trying to reclaim the word fit to mean
what
fit.
It should do, what it should mean. But I think it's probably a bit slightly far-fetched in a way. I didn't really know it was used anyway anymore. That term
it feels a bit 2007, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does feel a bit dated. I didn't realise it was used anymore, and I would have thought there's probably bigger things to be concerned with about, like celebrity culture, social media, images in the media that show people looking flawless constantly. I think that's probably what young girls are probably more influenced by than, you know, the term fit. Yeah, if that makes sense.
I think you're probably right
there. Yeah, but I do think, funny enough, because I went to a girls' school and there wasn't a huge emphasis on us getting involved in PE and extracurricular activities and sports. So I do think it probably is a very valid point that young girls probably should be doing a lot more to think about their health and fitness, and spend probably more time concentrating on that than, you know, looking pretty and being concerned with their image.
There's an overarching kind of issue there, isn't there, about how much emphasis is being put on looking good. But moving on, and X Factor and a bit of exclusive news.
Yes, so the lovely Sarah Jane Crawford will be taking over as the X Factor host. So that means that Caroline Flack and Matt Richardson will be leaving the show. She hadn't tweeted or had given any comment, Sarah, although the news sort of broke throughout the night. But she's tweeted now and said, you know, that she's thrilled to be taking part in this year's series. She said that Caroline had done a really brilliant job over the last 3 years, and so she's just looking forward to it. And I believe she starts on the Sunday, because the auditions are on the Monday.
Gosh, so that's quick turnaround, isn't it? From an announcement that's happened really in the last few hours to recording starting at the weekend. They've obviously kept that under wraps.
They have done. I mean, I think she was in meetings last week, but there have been so many rumours about who's going to take this role, from Ryland Clark to Joey Essex. But I'm really pleased that it's Sarah. I feel like it's really well deserved. She's been working really hard for a long time, you know, on radio and in TV. And also, I think it's really good and commendable from, you know, the broadcasters and Simon, that we've got a lady from an ethnic minority, you know, fronting such a huge show. And
actually there is another lady from an ethnic minority joining as well, in terms of Mel B going back on the panel.
Mel B, I think it'll be brilliant having Mel B there, because Cheryl's very sweet, isn't she, and very sensitive, and I think Mel B just kind of tells it as it is. And when we saw her in, you know, guest judge in some of the other audition shows,
she's fiery.
She was very fiery.
It's a polite way of putting it, isn't it?
That's a polite term. So I think she'll bring some much needed fun to the panel.
And now all morning we've been speaking about the World Cup and whether people are bothered, whether people are interested, fanatical fans. And apparently a new survey suggests that 4 in 10 people don't care about the World Cup. Are you one of those 4, or...?
I do care, but I feel like I care because there's a bit of a pressure on me to care, because it's England and every house I go past has a St George's flag and pubs are full of, you know, screenings and things. So yeah, I do care, but I can understand why some people probably are a bit over it, because we do get excited every year and we haven't won in such a long time.
Well, our poll today is whether people will be watching tonight. Will you be watching tonight?
I'll watch tonight.
Will you watch tonight?
I will watch tonight.
I wish I could say the same, obviously. Thanks very much. OK, I don't want to jinx it, but it seems